Today on Gearheads, we're going to go over our top 10 cheap Miata mods. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Gearheads. Now, if you already saw our other video on top 5 free Miata mods, we're going to do another one just like that, but these are, in our opinion, of the top 10 budget Miata mods. And if you didn't see that one yet, go ahead and check it out. It wasn't very long, so it didn't take too much time, and I think a lot of things we listed were worth mentioning and things you might be curious about. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started on this one. The budget Miata mods we're going to have two separate sections. The first section is going to be mods under $100, and then the second section will be mods under or around $200. I think if you're talking about a mod on a car that's about $200 or less, that's definitely a budget mod. So when it comes to cars, that's cheap. So let's get started.
Alright, first mod on the list here is an aluminum radiator. Now, Miatas are known for having somewhat weak cooling systems, and that's partially because they changed the design of the cooling system when they put the engine in the car, because it was originally actually in a front-wheel drive car. An aluminum radiator can actually help with that and make a noticeable difference, especially when you get one that has that's a bigger, thicker radiator, because it allows you to hold more coolant in the whole system altogether, and aluminum just helps transfer heat pretty well as well. So I listed this for $100 because if you go to Goodwin Racing, they sell an OPL radiator. That's the name of the company, OPL. And that one was about $100. And then CX Racing, I see a lot of people running those, and I haven't seen horror stories of them yet. And those are about $100 as well. And both of those are really thick. I think they're about the same thickness as the really big Mishimoto radiator. So for $100, it's a really good mod you can do to help at least keep your car a little bit safer if you're going to be driving hard. And yeah, we also have a video on this one, so go ahead and check out in the description, or there should be a little pop-up up there. Yeah. And if you want to see the radiator that we put in my car, which has been doing good so far, check that out. And also, if you just want to replace your stock one because you need to, go ahead and check that out. I'll show you how to do it. It's an easy job. So let's do the next one. Alright, next one on the list is the short shifter at about $60, depending on which one you get. This is obviously just a preferential thing, and you're not going to be suddenly beating Mustangs at the drag strip because you got a short shifter, bro, and you're like shifting super duper fast. You'll still lose, but you'll have more fun while you're losing. That being said, this one is $60 that he listed. You got the Ralco RZ one?
The Ralco RZ, and that was it might have been $64 with shipping on Amazon, but definitely a little more expensive, but also it's going to be better quality unless you want to buy the $30 one from eBay. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Which we do have a video on, by the way, so if you want to see how to install a short shifter, we did just do that in my car like a week ago. Yeah. And that was the eBay one. That one was I got that one $25 shipped. So, and I actually like it, by the way. Watch the video and you'll see we did have a couple issues installing it, but now that it's actually in the car and I'm driving with it, I do like it, it works good, and it was only $25.
And I have the Ralco shifter sitting here waiting to get installed in my car, and as soon as we do that, we'll definitely do a comparison on the two and see which one, is it really worth the extra $45, or
is it really worth over double the cost?
Or not, you never know.
Yeah, we'll see. Alright, let's do the next one. Alright, so the next one here, some people might try and tell me, oh, it's just general maintenance, you shouldn't be including it on a mod list, but I don't agree with that because an alignment on your car actually does make a big difference, and if you just go to an alignment shop and get a normal alignment done, they're going to give you close to what you had at the factory. You can definitely get an improvement in your handling and the driving feel of the car if you go and get a performance alignment. Now, I'll go ahead and put some links in the description. Flying Miata, 949 Racing, and a few other websites all have some good write-ups and good guidelines to go by. And at least for me, it's always been about $100. I just go to my local alignment shop, I give them the specs that I want, and I somewhat base that off of what I feel like I want based on whatever suspension setup is in my car, mixed with I just over time of doing it over the last several years, I've gotten a feel for, I know how I like my alignment to be.
But just go check out the one on Fly Miata site and check out the one on 949 Racing site, and that should give you a good idea of what to shoot for. And it's a very noticeable mod too. I'm telling you, like, you get more grip from the car, and you can get your steering to feel tighter and turn in to feel nice and crisp. So I definitely count that as a mod. But you could also count it as a free mod, because if you need an alignment anyway, then you needed one anyway. So yeah, I don't know. We need one in your car still too.
My Miata?
Yeah.
My Miata's good.
No, we need an alignment.
Again?
Yeah, we put the coilovers in.
You're right. We did.
Yeah, anyways. All right, next one. All right, next model on the list we got here is a front lip for 45 bucks. Now, it's just an aesthetic mod. It's just preference. I really like the way the Miata looks with a lip. I think it kind of helps it out in that department. And we're gonna put one on his car soon too, so we're gonna compare the two eBay ones. But if you wanna see a video on it, we already have a video of how to install one of the eBay lips, and we did the Garageberry style on my car. And that, like I said, was 45 bucks. I think the R package OEM style one is like 60 bucks or something like that. Either way, that is a less than $100 mod, and I think it adds a lot to the looks of the car, and I like them. So I wanted to throw it on the list. All right, what do you think? Do you like it?
I like it. I like the other one a little bit better though, just because it has a smaller profile.
You don't want to be as obnoxious as
No, you're skipping around. I heard you script the road when you came in the
That's
driveway.
because your freaking driveway's so bad. There's like a solid 8 to 10 inch dip
Not to 8
before
to 10 inches.
before you get onto the road.
It is a few inches.
I have to go like a half mile an hour at this super weird angle, like diagonal to the road, and like it's
I did that on purpose to keep people with obnoxious lips out of my garage.
Oh, and how nice of you. All right, next thing on the list is brake pads. Now, this is a very rough estimate of a price here at 150 bucks. If you're driving hard though, upgraded brake pads make such a big difference to how well your car stops, and then not just how well it stops once, how well your brakes actually hold up over stopping again and again. Like if you're on a track, or if you're driving really hard on a canyon road and you keep speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, they're very important. And I think for only 150 bucks, it's definitely worth doing to your car if driving is something that you really enjoy. That is a really rough number though. If you, for example, you could just do your front pads, or you could do both, and that's my rough estimate of 150 bucks for both. And it totally depends on what actual brake pads you get. Go to goodwinracing.com's website, and they have a lot of different options there. They have EVC, they have Hawk pads, they sell some other stuff too. But you get the idea. For somewhere around 150 bucks for a set of performance front and rear pads, it is a really good mod you can do to your car. So yeah, and we do have a video on that, but it's very long-winded. But if you want to learn how to do a budget big brake kit, like this is a budget list, but that is still more expensive than what I threw on here. A full-on big brake kit costs like anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 bucks, depending on how you set it up. We did mine for around $600 ish, and that was doing N-beam sport brakes from a newer car, and then we did some drilled and slotted rotors with that, and some Hawk HP Plus brake pads, and I love it. I just drove actually the other day up through the canyons, and I drove really hard for about an hour and a half straight, and my brakes didn't fade or get warm or smell weird smells at all. It was perfect. Pedals stayed nice and firm. I never had to worry about it. Before on my stock brakes, I could overheat them really easy. All it took was about 5 minutes of consistent hard driving and then get cooked. So anyways, if you want to check that video out, feel free to. It goes over everything you could possibly need when you're doing your brakes. And along with that, we did brake lines and fluids. You can also throw that out with the 150 bucks here. You can go ahead and upgrade some .4 fluid while you're at it, and if you want to, upgrade your lines while you're in there too. So anyway.
Next.
Next one on the list, sway bars. And I put that as an estimate for about $200, because once again, this is a mod that you can do to your car. You could just do the front one, or you could do the front and the back. If you do get front and back ones, a lot of the kits out there will be a little over $200, probably close to 230 or 40 bucks. I got the Fly Miata ones, and they're about that price range. But these are easily one of the best mods you can do to your car that is less than the whole cost of a whole new set of suspension that actually makes a very big difference to your handling. I love the Flying Miata ones I put in my car. I feel like they're very balanced, and it just helps to keep the car a lot more steady and consistent through corners, especially when you're still in the stock suspension. If you can't afford a set of coilovers yet or anything like that, it's a really good way to go. So if you want to just do a front bar, you can go cheaper. Also, I encourage you to go online onto some like Miata Facebook pages or Craigslist even, or on the Miata Net or Miata Turbo Net forums, and just keep an eye out there, because a lot of these things, including the sway bars, you can get for a pretty good price, and as long as it's still in good shape, there's no reason you can't save some money over buying it brand new and just keep using somebody else's old one. So I've saved a ton of money that way on my build. But all right, next one. This one's my favorite. Next is my favorite budget mod that you can do to Miata, and that is frame rails. They make such a big difference to the handling and the feel of the car, just because of the fact that Miatas, they're all old now. They've had time to kind of flex around, and they were built as convertibles in the first place, and they're not even as strong as a modern car would have been if it was the same size like the new Miata. And frame rails make such a big difference. Even if you're still running on stock suspension, just adding some frame rails and sway bars makes your car handle so much better, because it allows your stock suspension just to do its own job better. And it makes the car, I don't know how to describe it, it makes it feel so much more manageable. Like when you go and you're feeling the weight transfer into a corner, everything just feels so much more consistent and easier to manage. And you really can drive faster, and it does probably improve your grip a little bit, but either way, I really like it. We put Flying Miata frame rails into my car, and so for all of these things we've done so far, check out our videos. We'll all be links in the description. But you'll see it was a really easy job too, throwing those frame rails in there. And 180 bucks for the Flying Miata ones. If you're curious, there is also some from V8 Roadsters and from Garage Star, and those ones are both around 120, 130 bucks. Oh wait, I think 130 or 140 bucks. So they're just a little bit cheaper. But yeah, very good budget mod. Let's do the next one.
Alright guys, so the next one is going to be an upgraded steering wheel. Now, we just did this to my car and I absolutely love it. The steering wheel that I have grips a lot better than the stock steering wheel. It's a lot smaller, and I don't have big hands, and it's really hard for me to make big circles inside of my car. So it just makes it a lot more comfortable for me.
Like T-Rex.
Like this, yeah. But also, it works the same if you're a bigger guy as well. You know, you don't have to move your arms around as much, right? I mean, you know.
Well, it's not even that moving your arms around as much. It gives you way more leg room if you're bigger like me, because the inside of my thighs rub so bad on a stock steering wheel. I can't actually, if I don't do a foamectomy and a steering wheel on a Miata, I can't really actually go have fun with it and drive the car, because I don't fit right. So anyway, we listed that for 200 bucks, and that's a really big estimate, because it totally depends. If you want to just do steering wheel and the hub, you can do that with you can get a nicer, newer steering wheel for about $150 to $200. We can get the Boss hub like we did. So check our video out on that. We show what we used in there too, and the Boss hub was only 10 bucks. But if you want to add a quick release in there, that's another about 80 to 100 bucks depending on where you buy it. Both of us though got our steering wheels used, so it was cheaper to go that way too. He got his steering wheel used, and he got his
I happened to have a friend that had a quick release just sitting around,
yeah,
which was really nice. And then I got the $10 Boss Hub kit. So I think in total I may have spent like $200.
There's a little bit of, yeah, it's a little over 200. But
yeah, but also a very stressful procedure. If you've never done it before,
just disconnect your
as long as you're not afraid of horns. We'll link that down in the bottom. So check that one out too.
Yeah, that was a fun video. But anyway,
last one.
Last one already? Wow. What is that?
It's a duck.
Oh, okay. That's an ugly duck.
It's the ugly duck.
Alright, last one on the list is Ducktail Spoiler. Now, this is just another one of those ones, it's a preference thing. I really like the way they look. I don't know, what do you think? Do you like it better?
I mean, it looks nice.
Oh, thank you for the support. You sound so happy.
It's better than mine. Mine looks like it came straight out of the Brady Bunch. So
his came straight out of the 90s. I think it's an old Racing Beat one.
It is an old Racing Beat
yeah.
one. I would rather have the one that you have.
Yeah. But anyway, I marked that down for 200 bucks. I love the way Ducktails look on Miatas. I think they're awesome. And $200 because they had them on sale, but after you pay for shipping, I don't know. I got mine on Go Miata. It seems like Go Miata and a couple other sites I've seen lately have all been selling them for about 160, 170 bucks. But by the time you pay for shipping, it's going to be about $200. And then we're going to try the eBay one on your car. But why do you even want to try it if you don't like my Ducktail? You don't like Ducktails.
I just wanted because you have
Racist against ducks.
No, look at my duck.
That's an ugly duck.
Anyways,
but we're gonna try it out on his car. The eBay one is a little bit cheaper than the KG Works one, and so I don't know. We'll see how it looks on his car and see how it turns out.
Hopefully it sticks better. We had a pretty hard time with that one.
Yeah, check that video out. That was annoying. It wasn't actually that big of a deal to take care of, but it was a little bit annoying getting it all set just right the first time. But anyways, come on. We forgot one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. All right, oopsies, we forgot the last one, but here she is, headers, and I put an estimate for about 130 bucks for that. Now, the thing is, I actually never have run headers because I've always just gone ahead and done a turbo. And if you're going to turbo your car, it's not worth it because you're going to be upgrading to a turbo manifold with a turbo on it, and then that goes out the window and you don't need it anymore. So why waste the money? But if you're on a budget and you know you're not going to be turboing anytime soon, or you just don't want to go turbo, or maybe if you want to supercharge your car, then this is a good thing for supercharging your car as well. Get a little bit more flow out the backside of the exhaust. Now, it's not going to give you a ton of extra horsepower. It might bump it up a couple horsepower. You might notice, you might not. I can't make any guarantees on that. But they do look beautiful in the engine bay, and they do sound cool too. So OBX and a few other, cheap brands sell them, and I've heard pretty good things about them actually. You can find them on eBay or on Amazon probably, and some other places too. And they're about 110 to 150 bucks depending on which ones you get, and depending on which engine it's for. I think they charge them differently for a 1.8 or 1.6 ones, but yeah, about 130 bucks. So I'd say that about wraps it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed our top 10 list that we put together here. These are all things that I really like. I mean, we've done all of these minus the headers to our own cars already. So I love Miatas, dude. It's really cool and really nice to have such a big aftermarket available for our cars. A lot of people don't get that, so I'm grateful and it's nice. And not to mention, these are all cool things that don't cost too much money. I mean, maybe if you try to buy all this at once, it would be expensive, but buy one thing at a time and save, and you can make some fun changes to your car.
Absolutely. If you guys think we missed something, or if there's something that you put on your car that was less than $200, or maybe around there you think is a pretty cheap mod, don't forget to drop it down below in the comments and let us know, and let the other people know as well.
Yeah, why not us and tell us what we missed. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We have videos for every single one of these except for the headers. How to do them, and just showing the process we went through doing it. So if you're into Miatas like we are, check out our channel and hit the subscribe button. And please like this video. It's been a lot of fun. Our channel's been slowly growing a little bit more the last few months, and every time you hit that like button, it actually does make a noticeable difference. I can tell. It's really cool. So we thank all of you so much for watching. It's been a lot of fun. And stay tuned because we're going to start some bigger projects pretty soon here on my car.
Alright, so guys, don't forget, keep wrenching!